With me now is CTV News political commentator Scott Reid. Scott, thanks for being with me this morning. So recap this week for us. What stood out to you the most? How significant is it that the Liberals' budget has survived 2 confidence votes?
Well, very significant for the reasons that we just heard from Nick and that you've been discussing in the reports. The alternative is that we would be forced into an election that would crisscross with the Christmas holiday, which I think just about zero. I'm not a data scientist like Nick, but my personal survey, I found exactly 0 people who are in favor of that. So first, we don't have an election. Second, it means that the plan and the program that Mark Carney put forward, he's going to get a chance to live off of that, see if it yields results. That could dictate how popular his government is or remains over the course of the coming year. But the big and unexpected drama, we knew the budget was coming. We knew the votes would be close. What we didn't know was that at that very crucial moment for the government, the Conservative caucus would sort of set itself aflame, and Pierre Poilievre would spend the week, frankly, doing internal and intramural damage control, trying to keep his caucus together, making certain that he didn't have additional defections to the Liberals, or as we saw in the case of Matt Genereux, just as a member of Parliament said, I'd rather quit politics than stay doing this.
Scott, let's talk about the Conservatives losing 2 MPs this week. What will the party be focusing on during this week off?
When you have a moment like that, which is a trauma, it shakes people's confidence, it creates anxiety. Not only that, but of course the nature of it, the people crossing the floor, talking with the government, it creates a sense of mistrust internally. Can I trust everyone? So, the immediate challenge for the Conservatives is to put it in the rearview mirror fast. Say, listen, that wasn't great, but it's not fatal. Let's focus on the issues. Let's get back to talking about the government, their problems, rather than talking about our problems and our challenges. So they want to really get past this quickly. By Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week, they want to be back to critiquing the government, attacking the government, punching holes in the budget and the government's program, and no longer answering questions about whether or not their boat is full of holes.
So speaking of this coming week, what are you expecting and paying attention to over the coming week with the government not in session?
A couple of things. One, just as we were talking about, are there going to be additional political developments? Can the Conservatives keep their caucus intact? Are there going to be any other potential defections? Or could there be fallout from the manner in which this past week was handled? The Conservatives can shrug their shoulders and say there was no coercion, there was no pressure placed on Matt Genereux, but he quit politics rather than remain a member of that caucus. He did not cast votes on these confidence votes. He wanted to indicate his ongoing support for the leader and for the Conservatives. He would have been casting his votes against the government. So watch to see if any new developments happen there, if they can put this behind them. Secondly, how much success does the Prime Minister have as his government fans out across the country to sell the budget, and more importantly than the details of the budget, sell the notion that he has a plan and a program that will help steer Canada through this anxious time. People are worried about jobs. They're worried about growth. They're worried about whether or not their standard of living is going to fall. And he's really got to use this week to sell people on the idea that, look, times are tough, but our plan is better. Our plan is adequate. We know what we're doing. We know where we want to go. That's the critical challenge politically. Give people a sense of confidence that there is a plan and there is a way forward.
Scott, thank you so much for your insights. CTV News political commentator Scott Reid.
Thanks.